What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SMB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us. Hello, good afternoon. It's the 7th day of November 2019, and it's another day on the program Stewardship with SNB. As usual, we will have my take before the program commences. The economic value of on-premise signage signs act as silent sales persons, branding business, providing information about products and services, and pointing customers, direct pointing customers to exact location. In short, an on-premise sign's economic impact on business, directly or indirectly, is significant. A good signage management system adds to the economic growth of any smart city. A good signage management system adds to the economic growth of any smart city and anywhere in the world. However, that a person knowingly damages the property of another, either by painting, etc., it becomes a law. How does the relevant agencies deal with the jumble of advertising signs? Before now, roads, medians, junctions, and streets were literally littered with different signboards, banners of different sizes, A-frame, meant to advertise a product, services, events, and even organizations. Hardly did anyone see anything wrong in pasting posters indiscriminately, erecting hoardings haphazardly, writing or printing on city walls, until Governor Wike waded into the matter by enforcing the Signage and Advertisement Agency in Rivers State. Faced with the Herculean task of clearing all signs that constituted a visual blight, meaning anything with an appearance that is either distasteful to the senses or diminishes the aesthetics of the city of Port-Hacourt, how aggressive is the management of the agency taking down some outdoor advertisement? Is Port-Hacourt born again, wearing a refined look? Indeed, the current leadership under Honorable Barrister Anthony Okeah should pursue its mission to modernize, standardize, and regulate the streetscapes to the advantage of River State, its citizens, and of course visitors. With me in the studio to dissect this issue of signage and its impact on Rivers' economy, I have with me the Managing Director, River State Signage and Advertisement Agency, the Honorable Barrister Anthony Okeah. To join the conversation, call the number 080-3341-3360 or send text messages only to the number 080-5347-8400. You can watch us live on GoTV channel 103 and Star Times channel 113. You can also watch our previous editions of the program on YouTube at Stewardship with SNB. Join our social media platforms on Facebook and Twitter, still at Stewardship with SNB. My name is Solomon Nelson Brett. We'll take a short break and I will tell you who our guest is and we'll proceed on the program. Join us again. Stewardship with SNB. What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SNB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us. Well, if you have just joined us, you're on to the program, Stewardship with SNB, and my guests on the program today is Honorable Barrister Anthony Okeah, the Managing Director of River State Signage and Advertisement Agency. Honorable, you're welcome to the program, Stewardship.
Good afternoon, viewers.
We're glad to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's quite surprising to see lawyers do a different thing other than what they are expected to do, going to court to argue over some cases. You are also a legislator in the 4th, 5th, or 6th Assembly, am I correct?
Yeah,
State legislature.
Yeah.
How are you able to combine the practice of law and, of course, making of law to managing signage agency?
Interesting. It is interesting to know that the moment you are qualified, in one discipline, especially in law, you should be versatile.
Okay.
And that gave me an ample opportunity as well, to be able to do my legislative work while in the assembly. Yeah. And all that rolled into one. You can expect that what even the agency was set up by law, and as a lawmaker, you should be able to know how laws are made, the various stages of making laws. And if you're really, really grounded, you should know that once a law is nicely put together, implementation becomes another ball game. And to me, it's not even about making laws. It's implementation of laws is what matters, and that is where the executive arm of government.
Some would say that it is not the new laws that matter, enforcing the existing laws.
Both existing and even new laws.
Okay.
For example, in River State, we have a compendium of laws. There are thousands. Okay. But nobody knows of any, except maybe if you find wanting in one aspect of those laws that are existing, that you will realize that prior to now, these laws have been in existence. And so what we are about to see today is another aspect of law that has been put together, nicely put together by the State Assembly. And now we are saddled with the job of implementing it for the betterment of the state. Okay. All right. Here you are, in the wisdom of His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike, appointing you as the acting managing director of River State Signage and Advertisement Agency. Could you tell our viewers what is signage all about? Yes. Let's start with that. Okay. Good. Collectively, signage means signs. It could be public and commercial signs put together. So the word signage encompasses all that you can think about signs. For example, while driving in, I saw your sign, RSTV. Yeah. That is signage. The essence is for publicity, visibility. Without that, I would have driven past your premises. Okay. But that sign I saw, I had to quickly do a U-turn to be able to access your facility. So sign means those that you see on the road. In business premises, where you have companies displaying the name of their names and even the brand names, the one you see in products, these are signs. Mere looking at them, you will identify what they are all about. And so that mileage that owners of businesses benefit is the essence of signage. Because without that, you might not know where you're going to. Yeah. It's like landmark. Every sign you see should serve as landmark. Directing to a location. To a location, to business areas, and in fact, we have what we call road furniture. When you go to a community or a town, maybe for the first time, from the airport, those signs directing you that within so and so kilometer you will be meeting a sharp bend and all that. And the speed limit, these are signs that will guide you. Even in public facilities, hospitals, ambulances, and all, you see this every day. So everything that has to do with signs, like that was why I said that collectively, they are all signs you could see, both public and private. Okay, the management of displaying these signs is one Herculean task. Aside from radio and television, advertisers resort to billboards, and of course basically outdoor advertising systems like billboards and the rest of them. How is your agency able to regulate these advertisements? Okay. Yes, on the streets of Port-Hacourt, because most times
They are littered everywhere.
Well, the agency, like was set up by law, specifically the River State House of Assembly, Law Number 2, 2015, and amongst the functions, being stipulated for the agency, include to control and regulate outdoor signages and advertisement practice in River State.
Okay.
And so sometimes it's called out of home practice.
Yes.
Advertisement. So what that means is that it is very cheap to embark on outdoors advertisement, and the mileage is enormous. It's rich when compared to print and electronic media. For example, it will cost me so much money to advertise my product here on RSTV. A slot, you should know how much that might cost a business owner. And so,
just as you had to conscientize the people,
exactly
what it will cost you.
Yes. So each time you are advertising through the print or electronic, be sure to counter a whole lot of money. Unlike what happens in outdoor,
it's economical.
It is, and the mileage, the benefit is far-reaching. For example, I don't want to call a name of a particular business or a product that we see littered everywhere at strategic places, even in business premises, because we have three categories of clientele that we deal with, that we try to regulate.
Okay.
The first party includes business owners, private business owners. Like you are a first party client. We have the second party. This is like the Rotary Club, the churches. This we regard them as non-profit making organizations, and so we don't charge them any yearly dues. We don't. All that we do is to ensure that their signages are properly kept. Then the last is the third party. The third party entails the owners of billboards. Let me use this as an opportunity to clarify this issue. The agency does not own one billboard. We don't build. Rather, we regulate the practices of the third party. Those who venture into the business. And nobody ventures.
What about the digital billboard we see at, what do they call it? Air Force Junction.
Those are the LED. They are owned by the third party clients.
I see.
Not the agency.
But regulated by your agency.
Yeah, we regulate. They pay us our yearly dues by virtue of operating the digital billboard. So that is those are they fall under billboards, whether the standalone, the unipole, the 48 sheet. They have different sizes. The portrait and all that, they are enormous, and so it's our duty to ensure that they are properly kept. That they get proper approvals from the agency before installation,
and maybe to enforce penalties where necessary.
Exactly. The default fees, and the agency has set up a situation whereby to own billboards, to be a practitioner, just like there are existing laws guiding the practice of advertisement. Outdoors, specifically in Nigeria, that is where the APCON, Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria, is a council set up by law, specifically the law number 55 of 1988. Then it was a military regime, decree. Now that we are in civilian government, it becomes automatically a law. Though it has also suffered witnessed several amendments. So that council, the law, is what the practitioners consider before practicing, because you must be a practitioner as certified by APCON before you can venture into it. So it is not an all-commerce business. Nobody goes into the business of building billboards and all that. So our function essentially is to ensure that the sizes, the location, and the numbers of this are properly kept by the agency, so as to be able to know those who are practicing the business properly, and when touts venture in, we should be able to identify them as well. So these are the listen. So to be able to regulate this is through our ability in keeping data, in making sure that you must be qualified to be able to practice here in Rivers State.
You have a task force that monitors the indiscriminate display of some of these billboards and all of that?
Oh, of course, we have my staff.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we are trained. We have the monitoring group.
Okay.
We have the compliance department. You know, so at every point in time, we are on the streets looking out for those who may not be licensed by us to practice, and then to be able to sort them out and then penalize them as well. You know, so it's not really easy. You know, in the business of advertisement, we know those we regard as ardent violators. That even when they know too that they are not properly licensed, they do not have the permit to function. They go about doing the wrong things, especially when people are not watching them. But here under my watch, we make sure that at every point in time we are on the lookout to make sure that the city is sanitized. We take out those billboards that are not properly located and those that are dilapidated. In fact, it is offensive even to have a practitioner have a billboard that is not maintained. If when found guilty, when we identify that
maintaining the billboards, either the LED,
both the LED and the regular billboards.
Okay.
So the owners are meant to pay default fees, as much as 500,000 naira when found wanting. So we are doing a lot in trying to ensure that within this period of my finding myself in the agency, that the proper things are meant or are allowed to be.
Okay, Honorable Okeah, it is very wrong to paste posters on public utility structures such as bridges and of course electric poles and all of that. You are a politician. During the electioneering campaigns, we saw a lot of people defaulting this law. Politicians themselves. You are one of those politicians I know, displaying posters on public utility structures illegally. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's one of the most difficult jobs that we have to deal with.
Yes.
And we are handling it with all seriousness.
It defaces the very aesthetics of the city.
Everybody knows.
Yes.
Including those that even in...
Or you're handicapped because you're a politician?
We are not handicapped. It is not even...
How do you deal with it?
It's not only akin to politicians alone. During campaigns, which is seasonal, you can be sure that politicians mostly even outsource these campaigns to practitioners and even non-practitioners. It is those people that haven't collected money, they go to display recklessly, indiscriminately. Okay. Now we have put in place, a very thorough approach towards sanitizing. To enforce law is in this part of the world is not easy. So as I speak, we have really engaged certain persons who we know are in this business. Example, the Printers Association. Yeah. We have engaged with them. We've held a series of meetings where we've resolved that for anyone to print one single poster from a customer, the customer must have collected a permit from the agency. With that, the printer can go ahead. So we want to collaborate with printers, that unless and until a customer, their customers, secures this permit, they do not need to print. Because if they do, we will get at them. Because you can be sure that after printing a poster, the printer usually leaves his address and number for contact number. Yeah. So that way we'll be able to track them. So they have agreed. In less than no time, we'll put that, we'll roll out that plan. Because we have formalized everything. We have told them the need to sanitize this thing. Because it is not nice. Everybody knows, including a blind person, knows that defaces the city. Now His Excellency has been doing well, providing road facilities. And then at the end of the day, what people will see is unnecessary pasting of bills. That is a no-no. We don't want to tolerate that anymore. I give you an instance. We have started embarking on clean up the city campaign. Okay. If you visited the CFC roundabout recently under the bridge, in partnership with a client, we had a client that wanted to do a CSR, corporate social responsibility.
Okay.
They met with the agency and we agreed to work out modalities. They want to give back to society. So that way we have painted with morals display under the bridge and sort of given the bridge some aesthetic horticultural view. If you visit there today, you will find out that. That is ongoing. The same thing will happen soon with the Rumola flyover, as well as the Rumeme flyover, where that is popularly called Ajib roundabout. That you will see when we display, when we sanitize this area, and you believe me that it will be very, very, very offensive to see someone go there after all that to deface them. We have put in place machinery, people that will on hand arrest any defaulter and will be prosecuted.
Will your agency be bold enough to remove a political poster displayed on an public utility structure that's displayed illegally? Can you be bold to do so?
We have the willpower, and we've been doing that. Now, I mentioned before that it is not just the politicians that are the defaulters. No, I don't agree. But
during the electoral campaign, we see more of that. And it defaces the city.
I agree. I was appointed by His Excellency by January, prior to the election. You know, at that point we were putting we saw these challenges, and we couldn't do much then, because to enforce during that period would have amounted to overheating the polity. But we were setting up approaches with which to go about this, and we've done all that as we speak. You know, so to actually prevent people from putting campaigns on government structures, that we are going to do, and we will do it quickly. The churches, I was in some media houses.
They're a major culprit.
That is where I tell you that we must focus on. Now, you will agree with me that even when His Excellency has declared that Rivers State is a Christian state, all of us agree, and you cannot doubt that one bit. Now, that should not be an impetus for churches.
You see church posters pasted everywhere.
As I speak, I have engaged the chairman of Christian Association of Nigeria, One Apostles, Diba. We are working at modalities where churches will look. We are not after you. We are not running any campaign against churches.
Do you have a designated places where they can display these posters?
Now, what we actually want to ensure is that since you're not meant to pay the agency by way of yearly dues and all that, if you must campaign outside your premises, we have practitioners who are registered with us. When you approach them, you could now use their billboard for your campaign. Nobody's against that. But the issue of littering the town with banners and posters and all is what we decry. Now, the question you ask is a very vital one. We agree that before you can actually enforce on certain laws, you have to put down an alternative. Now, when we came on board, there are some facilities like post-bill shelters. It almost looks like a bus shelter in certain areas in Port-Hacourt. As I speak, they are already dilapidated. Now, the agency would use this opportunity to even call on some corporate organization who will partner. We've been trying to engage them. We want to refurbish those areas, then specifically identify those areas for pasting of bills. And you can't just even paste bills there. The agency must be contacted. Our contact address number will be boldly written that before you paste, you must conduct the agency, and it is not even going to be for free, because at the expiration of your campaign means the content. At the expiration, perhaps this wedding or burial ceremony, you will be able to remove them. Now, what we want to do is that for anything to happen, something must give. You have to pay some stipend to the agency to be able to paste wherever you want. Therefore, it will be the duty of the agency to now, clear the the posters when they are expired.
Yeah.
That is how we can now regulate, you know, the way and manners with which people paste billboards. As certain strategic places. Now, if you now go to the example I gave before, the CFC, we even made bold a section under the bridge where we now identified as public notice board, where people, after securing our permit, can now easily go and paste their bills. Yeah. So that way, we will begin to regulate the way and manner. If you watch recently, you can hardly see that, but they are still there. People, but the sensitization has to continue. That is what I'm achieving today, using your platform to use this opportunity to call on the general public that enough is enough. We won't continue that way. We have to respect the law and obey the law.
Most of these guys go at night to display these posters on bridgeheads, and of course, do you have your staff going at night to monitor some of these things in a bit to regulating some level of illegality?
Yeah, we are handicapped in that way. Like I mentioned before, that there are those we regard as adamant violators. They know that they are doing the wrong thing and they will continue to do it.
Yeah, we've been talking to the Honorable Barrister Anthony Okeah. He is the Managing Director of River State Signage and Advertisement Agency here in River State. Honorable Sir, your organization is supposed to be generating revenue, contributing to the state IGR immensely. What does it cost? How much does it cost, or what does it cost to pay to mount a billboard or an LED? Digital billboards and all of that? What does it cost?
Well, that is one of our functions, you know, to collect yearly dues from practitioners. Okay. Now, I might not go into detail of telling you what it costs, but that might be administrative, because we have several departments. We have the marketing department that handles that.
No doubt your agency is a money spinning agency, no doubt. You're going to be collecting from a whole lot of practitioners and of course advertisers.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. There's no doubt about that. Now, for one to erect one billboard, it depends on the size, the location, as well as the type of billboard. Like I mentioned, we have
print billboards and of course the LED.
The LED and then the regular billboard.
Yes,
and then the sizes.
Okay.
You know, there are those who might want to economize. That's where we come in, our regulatory.
The A-frame.
The A-frame is, even what they do here is not even meant to be allowed. That's because that goes a long way in defacing the town. They use the carpenters, they form A-frame and they drop at the middle of the road. And at the end of the campaign or whatever, they are allowed, even when the storm comes. It takes a whole lot to the road.
Yes, liters
and all that.
Yeah,
might even puncture vehicles.
Yes, vehicles, tires. Yeah,
you know. So these are not the best ways to go. So those, but I am telling you that it is the the value of putting a billboard, you know, is rests squarely on the practitioner, the one who wants to build. Like I told you, our concern is to ensure that they are properly located and sited. And we don't even do that alone. We involve the Ministry of Urban Development for site location, and to be able to know the suitability, so as to avoid visual blight. You know, so these are very, very key and essential, including the Ministry of Works. At foundation, you know, when you want to erect those gigantic billboards, the one we call the unipole that have close to 2 to 3 faces. Yeah. You know, the depth, the construction is very, very key, because they have to be properly built so as to avoid any form of hazard. We've had issues where some almost into the road, causing serious hazard. Yeah. And so we condemn it. We make sure that nobody who is licensed with us, you know, goes to erect billboards without control, without securing the necessary permit and supervision from the agency.
Okay, that has been the Honorable Barrister Anthony Okeah. He is the Managing Director of the Rivers State Signage and Advertisement Agency. We'll take a short break and return back to the studio. Stay with us. Stewardship with SNB. What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SNB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us. Quickly. Yeah, if you just joined us, it's Stewardship with SNB, and my guest hasn't changed. The Honorable Barrister Anthony Okeah. He is the Managing Director, River State Signage and Advertisement Agency. To contribute to the program, you can call the number 003341-3360 or send text messages only to the number 08053478400. Honorable Sir, how profitable is it to own a billboard, both to the practitioner and the government?
Well, I will speak for the government. I might not be able to speak for the practitioner.
I thought you also manage everything.
We don't manage their posts. Okay. Because to own one, you should be able to know how much you have, being a practitioner, to erect one billboard. Okay. I said before that it's not entirely an all-commerce job. Yeah. To venture into that business, you must know, how much it will cost you, and then be prepared to do that. Yeah. For the government, the agency, for you to own one, haven't owned one, you must pay for the permit to build one. Okay. And then after that, you pay yearly dues. Whether if you do not have campaign, what we mean campaign on it, so because most times you see some are blank. Now the practitioners will come to the agency when they are asked to pay.
Any franchise arrangement or something?
There's no kind of
digital franchise.
No, nothing like the franchise. We give permit. Okay. And that permit is it must be registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Okay. To have a media company, and then who that will now be registered with us. Nobody comes as an individual to register. You must register as a corporate organization. Okay. Who that must have duly paid his taxes and all that to government before we can go ahead to register you. And so when you have such permit, you build your permit based on our specification. You come up with your designs, with your photo montage to show that at the end of the day this is what it will look like. Apart from that, we will now do physical visitation to the site, the location that you may have chosen. Then when the various departments go there to see that it's okay, or because most times they are declined, we decline approval if the place is not suitable. and this is how to regulate that. So I wouldn't say how much it will cost, but it's capital intensive.
Yes,
to build one.
Yes, the signage economy is quite profitable. It's quite profitable to the government and of course to the individuals and corporate organizations we may be in it. What I'm asking is that how profitable is it to the government, knowing how much comes in, through your agency? How much do you contribute to the IGR of the state?
Now, it's according to the law. The law specified clearly how much will be remitted to government.
Okay.
And what should
agency? Yearly.
It's not yearly. It's monthly, pro rata basis.
Okay.
So when you make collection, when you collect from government, you make remittance to the state IGR.
Okay.
Under my watch, since I resumed,
okay.
I have been doing that religiously as they trickle in.
Yeah.
Because you know how the Nigerian society, practitioners will come with excuses to say that their campaign, their billboard does not have one campaign from year to year. And so what we have devised is to go and capture those campaigns. But the
billboards are already occupying space, so they need to pay for it.
No, that's where we now have to do some concession. We can barely give some concession to say, okay, if that is the case, instead of this, you pay this. Even at that, majority of them have not paid the agency for as many years as possible. We have the record. If they should pay, clearly, you know that, because the local government, that ordinarily, before now, used to be the agency allowed by law to collect hoarding and advertisement. Yes. Now they are part and parcel of this law. The remittance should go to the state, the local government, and as well as the agency. That very soon we have streamlined that with the government.
So your operations are not only within the confines of Port-Hacourt. It goes beyond
other local government area.
Okay.
Where they have signages and advertisement.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to even reach, especially those areas that.
I thought they pay to the local government councils or something.
No, it's only on based on derivation. The local government that will benefit are those that have operations of signages and advertisement. Not the entire. For example, if a particular local government does not generate any form of revenue from signage, you cannot use what belongs to a particular local government, for example, Okeah and Falga, and probably Ikore local government. Because as you're coming from the airport, you will see billboard structures and all that. So when revenue that comes in, a formula is being put in place where the money will be, as it hits the account, it will now split into those that will benefit from it. So the sharing formula is already known, and that is exactly the disbursement. That is what we have almost put in place, so as to remove any atom of doubt and discrepancy. And so revenue that comes only goes to those local government where the payment is coming from, and not the entire local government area. So the idea now is for other local government area to be able to sensitize their people to cooperate. Like during
what profits the government more? Is it the digital billboards or the ordinary billboards?
No, for what the government is not so interested in that. What
in profit?
No, it's a profit.
What profits the government more? Is it the digital billboards or the LED, the digital billboard, or the ordinary billboards, the regular billboards?
What I'm saying is, whether one is not everybody that can build the LED billboard.
Okay.
It's by far expensive.
Okay.
Now the regular one, what we encourage is, well, whether you're building LED is fine for its scenic aesthetic impression to the city. If I had my way, I will ask everybody to install LED, but the challenge is electricity. That's why most people are scared of going. Should you build
the software, the hardware, and all of that?
Should be able to run it. There has to be a service generator running 24 hours, and not like the one you quickly pointed out at the
Air Force Base.
Yeah, you have to fund it. So that's why a lot of practitioners are scared going into that. So, but what is important is let every kind of billboard be properly located and maintained. even the LED, some persons who own them, there are some that are still in this town that are not properly serviced.
The phone line's already buzzing. Let's quickly take a call and then we'll come back to that thought. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, we lost that call. Very quickly, very recently, your agency published a notice warning the public from doing business with fraudsters and all of that. And additionally, let's take a look at that notice recently published by that's it, public notice that do not offer cash to any RISA staff. Make all payments into RISA bank account for security purposes. Always ask for your receipt on any payment made to RISA. Is it that there are fraudsters within you or outside of you?
No, the essence of that, we had a situation where...
But that's actually put out by you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, some persons we engaged to help and serve demand notices have been poached by customers, by clients, to say, please, reduce my, because those people we engaged.
Who are they negotiating with?
People we engage, not our staff entirely.
People you engage?
We engage our staffs.
Okay.
Our staff to as they want to test them.
Oh, I see.
To say if they will, do a sharp practice.
Okay.
To say, what if I give you some money? Will you reduce? Because the billing, is by law full measured.
Okay.
We don't just give bills indiscriminately. So some persons will want to do that so that at the end it will be assumed that the
last segment of it reads do not offer bribe to our staff.
That's it. They want to
register your signage.
Yes. They want to offer. We have had people who have planted our staff and even the security agents to go with our those we engage to we call them collectors agents to give demand notices.
Have you caught anyone?
We've not been. In fact, that is the reason why.
You suspect such things happen?
Of course, this is Nigeria.
Okay.
A lot of people want to engage on some kind of sharp practices. We know they've had opportunity of doing that. Some person will say, "Oh, I can't have. There is no bank within my area. Can I pay cash?"
Okay.
So, no, we do not collect cash. So we don't encourage cash payment because the moment you do that,
it can go into personal pockets.
Of course, and you don't trust anyone. I'm not saying that even within your staff everybody is innocent, but we instill and discipline and even train our staff to the extent that they try to be up and doing at all times. Okay,
your staff carry receipts along with them.
Receipt cannot never be carried along.
They say always ask for your receipt
at the office.
Okay, at the office.
Yes.
I see.
After payment,
okay,
because we will receive alert that so and so people have paid, and you come with your evidence, and then the account department receipts you, and then you're free to go.
Okay, the phone lines are already open. We will take more calls and of course text messages. As we said earlier, the telephone numbers are displayed on your TV sets in your living rooms, 0033413360. But send text messages only to the number 08053478400. If you call that glow line, we will not pick, please. In our previous editions, we have found out that people, instead of calling the MTN line, they call the line designated for text messages. We will not pick that call if you call that line. Once again, you can call the number 08033413360 or send text message only to the number 08053478400. Ms. Okeah, we are better informed today, and I believe that our viewers too are better informed on what signage is all about. In the world over, the signage economy is one economy that has contributed to the... Okay, let's take this call before I continue with that thought. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Oh, we lost that call. Yeah, the signage economy has contributed immensely to fast developing cities, including Lagos and elsewhere. How would you want to compare what happens here and what is obtainable there in Lagos? Because Lagos has always been our reference point. Yes. Before that, let's take this call, please, sir. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, please do not flash. We're not jokers here. We're in for serious business. If you do not have credit cards to call, stay away from the lines. Do not flash, please. Okeah.
Yeah. Admittedly, Lagos has been there. In fact, it's about the first to put this law in place. And so I can't make any comparison now because we are unique in our own way. We are not trying to emulate any state. We have our vision and mission, which is among others to be able to set another pace for others to copy. So they've been there. They've been doing quite a good job. And then this is almost about 4 years from the commencement of this agency. And so a lot of improvement.
Would you say there's no lesson to learn from the Lagos experience?
Why not?
Tell us about it.
Why not? For example, enforcement, in terms of enforcement.
Good.
It cannot compare what has
it's vigorous over there.
Quite vigorous.
Let's
and intensive.
Yes,
and that is one aspect we want to bring.
Let's hear from this caller. You will continue with that thought. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, this person is flashing. Please, we will not condone that. Do not flash our lines. Call or stay away from it. If you don't have credit card to call, send text message to the number 080-5347-8400, or you call the number 080-3341-3360. Do not flash, please. We will not condone that. Do not flash. Hello. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Stewardship with SNB.
What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SNB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us.
Stewardship with SNB.
What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SNB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us.
Stewardship with SNB.
What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SNB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us.
Stewardship with SNB.
What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SNB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us.
Stewardship with SNB.
What do you do on a Thursday afternoon? Having lunch? Taking a drink? Watching TV in your living room or office? How much do you know about the politics, economy, and how monies are being expended by those saddled with the responsibility of managing human, material, and natural resources? It's daring, incisive, revealing, and informative. Watch Stewardship with SNB every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. on RSTV. Join us. What do you do?
Yes, we've been talking to the Honorable Barrister Anthony Okeah. He is the Managing Director, Real Estate Signage and Advertisement Agency here in River State. Honorable, the talk continues.
Yes.
We were making a comparison.
On enforcement.
Yes, the Lagos experience, they have a vigorous approach to enforcement.
Yes,
but we don't see that here in River State.
No, we are doing it. I said before, we must not borrow everything line hook and sinker from any state or any organization. Now our approach is to be human in dealing with people, to put up an approach that will not be coercive. Now what we have recently succeeded in doing under my watch is to approach the state judiciary. As I speak to you, we have been assigned 2 senior magistrate courts to handle specifically
mobile courts. Not mobile courts. Okay.
Magistrate court.
Okay, magistrate courts. Yeah.
To handle matters bordering on RISA activity, on revenue and other form of
infringement,
contravention.
Okay.
Now that has been put in place. As I speak to you, over 40 corporate organizations and even individuals, have been served court processes. The court has already been moved to enable us to regain certain relief that we are asking for. That's a very good approach. And as I speak to you, those who involved are either wanting to settle out of court or are ready to face the music. So that's we are not just threatening people to say if you do this, this will happen. Including those who paid bills indiscriminately. Yeah. They are also targeted. Those who violate, who I call adamant violators, there's no longer a field day for them because our dragnet has already been spread wide. So we are doing this, and in less than no time, compliance will be very, very smooth. People want to when they will see that you're serious about things, that's when they will sit up. That's Nigerians for you. So we are doing that. And things are looking up for good, I'm telling you, since I came in.
Honorable sir, how do you deal with the mobile advertisements? We have seen commercial vehicles having a lot of inscriptions, advertisement, posters on them. Do you grant permit to such organizations?
Yes.
How do you deal with it?
Now, that is another revenue stream. Mobile advert, it's called. It's another way of branding a product. People actually do not know what advertisement is all about. Advertisement, let me use this opportunity. Advertisement is...
Sometimes they have loudspeakers in them and they constitute nuisance because of the noise. How do you deal with all of that?
So for you to own branded vehicles, you must seek for the permit. If not, we have powers to impound So, for example,
such vehicles?
Yes. In our law, section 1, subsection 2C.
Sorry, sir, you may continue that thought later. Let's hear from this caller. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, go on, sir.
In our law, the law establishing RISA, in section 1, subsection 2C, specifically gave RISA the powers to acquire and impound both movable and immovable property of defaulters.
Okay.
Now, if that most times we will go out to enforce, and if we see any vehicle that is branded without any permit, we impound, pending when they have clarified us that a payment has been made, or when they have gone to secure permit for such vehicles. Like I said, is a revenue stream.
Yes.
Now,